Yes, my people, welcome back to another video and welcome back to the Liverpool Ladies Challenge slash Save slash Football Manager experience. Today, you join me for the FA Cup quarter-final where we take on Crystal Palace here at the St Helens Stadium, looking to try and book our place into the FA Cup semi-final. Now, the next couple of episodes, I just want to put a warning out. The next couple of episodes will be mental because we are in an unbelievable position. A position that could have been even better had we have won our last game. But we are in a really, really good position. Not even just to get the Champions League qualification. We said we would love at the start of the season. But maybe even to win the title in our first year. Now, I've got quite a lot to talk about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the results. I'm then going to show you two other things. And then I'm going to go back and show you the goals and the highlights. And then we'll get into the game against Crystal Palace. Okay, so last time you were here, we played against Birmingham City in the FA Cup and we picked up a 3-0 win. We then beat Leicester 3-2. Marie Hobringer, Sophie Remenhaug and Cornelia Kapox getting the goals in that one. We then beat Brighton away 2-0 with Marie Hobringer getting the 2 goals in that one, with Kiko Sake getting the goal for Brighton. However, we did then suffer a 2-1 loss away to Everton, which was really disappointing. And that puts us 3rd place in the WSL with 3 matches to play. We play bottom West Ham at home. We then play Manchester City away and Arsenal at home. We are 3 points off of top against Arsenal and Brighton are 2 points behind us. Chelsea are 5 points behind us, meaning if we were to beat, and Man United are out of the picture. If we beat West Ham, which we should, and Chelsea drop a single pot, I think if they just don't win every single game, we're guaranteed to finish above them. And then Brighton have got to play Man United away and Manchester City as well. So we are looking really good to potentially get Champions League football here in this save. So, what else did I want to show you? We have also done a little bit of business as we have picked up a new signing. I obviously showed you Thurgenson. We've also signed Velasco, who is a really decent goalkeeper, 21 years old on a free transfer. And then we have also picked up Holly McNamara for 60k up to about 170k, and she is a really, really good winger that will be playing on this side instead of what's her name, Kerry Holland. So really happy to pick her up. Only 23, really good in real life for Melbourne City. So really happy to pick her up. And then we also we then also had our youth intake where we got some good regens. So we got Harper Ashen, a decent left back with 5-star potential. We then got Nat Dean, a right winger. She looks pretty decent, who has 5-star potential. We then got Amara Laurent, who is another right mid with 4.5-star potential. We then got Nia Seeley, a right back with 4.5-star potential. Karis Cridland, a goalkeeper with 4-star potential. Lara Kinzet, a attacking midfielder with 4-star potential. And Isla Bamford, a striker with 3.5-star potential. So some really good youth players there. coming through with good potential. So, the highlights of the games we missed. We started off with a 3-2 really nice comeback win against Leicester, as Ale opened the scoring for Leicester in this one. Leicester have beat Man City, and Man City have dropped points quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, which is good. So hopefully they are on a decline and we are on a rise. Slovic finds Tierney, then goes through to Rontala, who goes back to Ale. Slovic finding Ale, who puts a good ball in the box, and O'Brien gets the goal. I do apologise, Ale actually got the assist for that one. As Eric's daughter grabbed a second for Leicester, as they did go 2-0 up in this one. So Eric's daughter is through, and a lovely finish into the bottom right corner. Then Hobringer grabbed our first goal of our comeback. As Grace Fisk, running to the byline, pulling it back to Hobringer, who passes it into the bottom corner. And then Roman Haug with Hobringer, the assist maker for this one. As it's a long kick, won by Kathleen. Kerry Holland then finding Hobringer, who plays a really lovely ball through to Roman Haug, who blasts it past Leitzig in the goal to make it 2-2 and equalise for Liverpool. Hobringer then turned provider again for a Cornelia Kapok's goal, as Grace Fisk picking the ball up from the header away, finding Nagano, who goes back to Fisk, and it's then cleared away, but Bonner is there to chase, who goes back to Borgraf and then into Kathleen, who finds Hobringer. Hobringer playing a lovely ball through over the top to Cornelia Kapox, who just passes it into the bottom corner to take the lead in this one. A really nice composed finish from Cornelia Kapox there. We then played against Brighton, and Hobringer, with 3 goal involvements in that last game, decides to then go and get herself a brace in this one, as she opened the scoring against Brighton here today, as Borgraf collects nicely. And then rolls out to Nagano. Lungard going back to Bonner, finding Hobringer. Fisk then down the line to Holland, who cuts inside really nicely and forces a good save, and it drops to Hobringer, who curls it in off the post to make it 1-0, as she grabs her first goal of the game. Really coming to her own these last 2 games with 5 goal involvements. She then grabs her second goal of the game from a Kerry Holland assist, I do believe, as Grace Fisk does really well defensively there to find Holland, who finds Grace Fisk again. Grace Fisk then I was about to say finding Holland, but she doesn't, as Bratberg Lund goes in to Josandel, who is tackled and dispossessed by Kerry Holland, who then does really well to put it back to Hobringer, who smashes it past Bagley in the Brighton goal to make it 2 and double our lead and double her goal tally for the day. Brighton do, however, get a goal back in the form of Seek for Brighton, and Seek goes back to Kankovic, back to Seek, who turns really well and fires it into the bottom corner. Really nicely there. As then the final game, we'll just check Olsen's goal out, because we don't want to see the loss, so we'll just see the Liverpool goal in the form of Olsen. As Hobinger with the corner, as it falls to Olsen at the edge of the area, and she blasts it into the top corner to get the equaliser, but unfortunately Everton did then go on to get themselves a winger. So our lineup here today, as unfortunately Cornelia Cup-Hoax is out injured for a couple of weeks. She should be back for the West Ham game, but unfortunately will be out of FA Cup action here today. So our lineup to face Crystal Palace in the FA Cup is as follows. We've gone with Borgraff in goal, a back four of Fisk, Bonner, Kathleen and Bernabe, with a midfield three of Quinn, Lundgaard and Hobinger, up to 26 goal involvements this season. Holland on the right with Olsen on the left and Roman Haug leading the line for the Reds. Hopefully we can get ourselves in to the FA Cup semi-final with a win here against Crystal Palace. Okay then, so the lineup that Crystal Palace have gone for today. They've gone with Shea Yanez in goal. I literally can't read that, so I'm guessing they've gone with a back three of Justine Van Havermaet, Amy Everett and Alison Swabby, with a midfield five, I guess you could call it, of Jamie Lee Napier, Mai Cato, Chloe Arthur and Ashley Weirden, with Annabelle Blanchard in behind Emma Watson and Elise Hughes. And I'm telling you right now, the title of this video is We Played Against Hermione in Football Manager 26. Because I said that would be the title in a comment to El Rey a couple of days ago now. So now that I've seen that again, it's definitely going to be that. So let's get in and try and get ourselves in to the next round. Here we go. As Emma Watson gets us underway for this FA Cup quarter-final tie. As elsewhere, Spurs play Man City. As Hobinger, coming forward with it, finds Kerry Holland. Roman Haug now finding Quinn. Olsen going to Bernabe. Bernabe driving forward, pulling it across, and it's Justine Van Havermaet on goal early on in this FA Cup quarter-final. As Bernabe running down the line brilliantly once again, pulls it across, and it's tapped home by the Crystal Palace defender to make it 1-0. As elsewhere, Man United have Leicester and Arsenal have Oxford United, who have done brilliantly from the third tier. Are they in? I believe they are. They are 2-0 down though, but they've done brilliantly to get here from the third tier. So kudos to them. As Yanez now with the goal kick for Palace. She goes long and Hughes does well to head to Watson, and Blanchard is now in. She just doesn't have the composure to slot it in, as now Olsen driving away for Liverpool. Dispossessed by Napier well there though. as Crystal Palace go close there, but fortunately for us, they do hit the post. As Weirden trying to beat Kerry Holland, but goes back to Swabby. Everett now going into Cato. The goal scorer for Liverpool's goal finds Napier out on this right hand side, who is dispossessed by Bernabé. Now Quinn finding Bonner, who then finds Grace Fisk, who does really well. Tries to find Hobinger, but just can't. As Hobinger then finds Roman Haug. Olsen now, what can she do with it? Trying to weave her way through. It's just over from Olsen. As Liverpool looking to get their second of the game here. As Spurs are level with Man City and Arsenal just absolutely dominating the poor Oxford United side here. As it is 4:30 in the morning as I am filming this. I don't even want to know how many videos I've filmed today. As Arsenal are now 6 goals up. There's not a lot happening here in this FA Cup quarter-final, as Man United find themselves 1-0 up against Leicester and Manchester City 2-1 up against Spurs. As Roman Haug gets us underway for this second half, as Bernabé finds Olsen, who puts a good ball in the box, but Yanez is there to claim it. Yanez going long, looking for a Palace player, but Grace Fisk does well to intercept, and then finds Marie Hobinger, who finds Kathleen. Bernabé now, what can she do with it? Driving down the left hand side, puts a really good ball into the box, and Kerry Holland is there to tap home from the Roman Haug header off the bar. It's a fantastic start to the second half, as it is Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 0. It's a really good cross from Bernabé and a great effort from Roman Haug, but Kerry Holland reacts quickest and puts Liverpool 2-0 up. I don't know if the semi-final of Wembley, I don't know if the semi-final of the Women's FA Cup is playing at a neutral ground at Wembley or not. I'm not too sure, as I am going to bring Marie Hobinger off just to preserve her, as we are 2-0 up here, and I feel like there is no reason to bring her more pain than necessary. As Bernabé finds Olsen down his left hand side. Sawyer now, the transfer for free in January that we signed, finds Kerry Holland. Liverpool playing really well there, and Sophie Lundgaard puts it just over the bar. There's Yanez now to take the goal kick for Palace. Goes short to Justine, who then finds Napier, who finds Emma Watson. Hughes finding Arthur. Weirden with a big cross finding Hughes, but Borgraf is there to claim for Liverpool. As Justine is there. Napier looking for the run of Blanchard, but Bonner is there to cut it out. Lundgaard finding Quinn. Sawyer finding Lundgaard, who plays a great ball through over the top to Haug, who can finish the game. And it's poor finishing from from the big, is she Norwegian? I don't even know. I was going to say from the big Norwegian, but I feel like you're not allowed to call a woman a big Norwegian, because it sounds like, I call Erling Haaland that, but I mean it in a way of like, she seemed really tall. I don't mean it in a she's fat way, because she's obviously not. She's a professional athlete. But I meant it in a she's pretty tall way. But regardless, let's just pretend I didn't say anything. As we're going to bring Holland off for Amelia. Kiernan can go on for Olsen. Pickett can come on for Fisk, and then we will bring Nagano on for Quinn. As we're into the final 15 minutes here of this one. Arsenal 8-0 up in their game against Oxford. United beating Leicester 2-0 and Manchester City 3-2 up against Spurs. As we are in to the final 5 minutes here of normal time. One minute to go, and that is it. We are in to the FA Cup semi-final, defeating Crystal Palace 2-0, and we will face Arsenal, Manchester United or Manchester City in the semi-final. Hopefully the draw is done now so we can find out straight away, but I am not sure if it will be, as I don't believe it is. But good to get some more money. I was hoping it out for a couple of days, but we don't have a game for 3 weeks. When is the semi-draw? Today. Right, we'll continue to the semi-final draw, as we have got Arsenal at home. Oh, and it's in between. That's so annoying. You know what? We're going to do 3 live comms at the end of the year. One against City. That's one episode. That'll be the next episode. We'll then do the semi against Arsenal. And then we'll do the final against Arsenal as well. So, I'll see you all for the Manchester City game, where it's a big, big game. We've got 3 massive games coming up. So if you don't want to miss that video against Arsenal, then don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know if you're enjoying the series. Just say hello. Just say anything you like. Anything about Football Manager, your life, anything. Just leave a comment down below. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.